Affirmative. I saw the IRS logo and it said your application was approved for extension of file. That's all I care about. Get there.
That was another person. So it's like we want to just make sure that I'm just trying to like organize it. Any other stuff that what we did is, it's just nice to have a second thing. I know I've been keeping things since I've been the receiver.
Hey everybody, we're just letting folks filter into the room. We'll start in a moment. Okay, welcome everybody to our December Work on Staff meeting. Glad to have everyone here. It's exciting to see everybody. We're getting real close to the event. I am your chair for this year, Kenny or Megas. And we can start some around the room introductions. I'll start with
I'm Yukari, I'm the operations exec.
I am Leon, aka Mitra. I am operations second.
I'm Red19. I am board secretary and helping out with gifts and charity.
Hi, Groggy, programming co-lead.
Sean, my vice chairman.
Dax, executive secretary and board director at large.
Moon dealers lead and hotel second.
I'm James, or bystander. I'm business co-lead. I'm Connie, IT secretary.
Stitch, IT something?
Bird, board member. Meryl Okutsu, registration staff.
Elan, programming and strategy.
Okay. Sure. Manon, programming track lead.
Programming track.
Reba, on store second. Anna, registration.
Marshall, too much blood this caffeine system.
Val, logistics lead.
Scoop, I'm volunteer for logistics.
Amber, first time volunteer.
Yay.
Rocky, Demi, James division.
Justin, Phoebe.
Ultra Core Crit Olympics second.
Is that everybody?
That's everybody.
I think that's everybody. All right. Thanks everybody for coming. We took up the room. That's great. And I think we might be almost over the room. Cool. So we are 33 days away from the convention.
Yeah.
Don't let that scare you though, because things are going well.
Don't let that scare you because I've got a new bat.
I want to thank everybody for all the work they've done so far, and I'm excited to get this going for the actual event in January. So we're just going to follow things the way that we usually do. We'll start with general announcements. The next meeting, I'll start off with that, just so that you all have it on your schedule, is January 12th. That'll be the Saturday before the convention. It'll be here in the Hilton, but it'll be upstairs. And then we'll actually also have a meeting at the convention, and you'll be able to pick one of two that you can go to. I believe that they're scheduled. I've forgotten exactly the dates for them, but I'll get them to all staff as soon as I can. The idea is pick one of the two meetings to go to, but absolutely please try to go to one of those two meetings. We'll just be going over the same content at both of them. It's basically the AppCon, here's how you do stuff, in case something happens, this is what you do, and sort of the backdrop. The next thing here is a call for staff. I know it's a little bit late in the year, but I know that there's a bunch of positions still left to fill here and there. Do any of the leaders want to chime in with any of their hiring needs? Didn't write it down. Val?
We have 4 people in logistics as of right now.
We need more logistics. Logistics is cool. I started in logistics way back when. You get to like pick stuff up and then move it and then put it down somewhere else. That's pretty much logistics as a job.
So
And
you
most
get
of
to
them work it before and after the convention, so you get to enjoy the convention itself. It's a
Well,
great role.
Except for hiding from the exec who want to know where to put it.
Yeah, don't hide stuff.
Leave that to us.
Anyone else want to chime in here? Buffers.
Well, we're bringing the carnival games to beginning this year, so if anybody wants to be a carny for a couple hours, any of the days, staff the games, play the games.
Everyone's a winner. By bringing, you mean?
I've been live games like that, all in the class.
Win prize.
Okay, I'll repeat it for the stream because the microphone's up here. You all are in the back. So we have this year a carnival that's going to be downstairs in our zoo space next to the dealer's room. With this carnival, we're going to have sort of carnival games, like the sort of thing that you would see at like a boardwalk or at a fair. You know, like throw a ring and try to get it on top of the milk bottle, that sort of thing. And if you want to help out with that, we can certainly use your help. Be a carny at our carnival at first time goes to the fair. And if you want to get in touch with somebody, email theming at. Logistics after this one.
Are
Are we renting any gear for that?
We're making them. We're making them with our expert, who also worked at a boardwalk.
I'm good.
Back there. Anyone else want to chime in with some of their hiring needs? And I have some other places that they're recorded otherwise.
In general, registration always needs more staff, as well as art show. I believe art show we're almost at a level where we're fairly comfortable that everyone's gonna have a pretty easy shift. So, but we could always definitely use more hands at art show, especially during checkout on Sunday and things like that. And registration, definitely if you're free earlier in the con, Thursday and Friday, those are kind of the jam-packed days on that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for business.
To repeat what they said, registration and art show need some help. Thursday and Friday for registration would be the most helpful for them. The more people we have, the less work there is.
We haven't even got off topic, and we already have a new ad. Someone applying for the logistics role.
Sweet.
Okay, well, you can.
It system works. Just another, I guess, unless there's anyone else in the room who wants to mention anything as far as hiring goes, I'm going to continue on to the next bullet. Next bullet. Next bullet is, hey everybody, a quick reminder, if you're doing any emails to Con, and there's a bunch of people on the CC list, don't forget to reply all to those, because if you do, then nobody else sees that you replied. And that can be annoying, or cause double communications and things like that. And if you forget to, it's not the end of the world, just forward it back onto the list, or just reply and add everybody back. I have bullet here for DJ selections, because I've forgotten to mark it otherwise. But I will say this, because I know that what's going on with that. DJs have been selected. The emails went out last night. Telling everybody that they've been selected, and for people who were selected, emails went out to them too. The information's up on the webpage, the DJ, I forget the URL, but I think it's forcon.org/dances if you want to see the DJs and what days they're on. Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. As for the last couple of months, we don't have any presentations this time, but really, if we have a topic that somebody wants to hear about, we might be able to throw them together for the next meeting. Here are links to all of the previous ones that we've done so far, including the video streams from the meetings where we did them. And if you have anything that you'd like to see us explain in presentation form with slides or with visual aids, tell us and shoot me an email with feedback. Or if you want to give one yourself, let us know, and we can make time for a quick presentation. I have a
fear of public speaking.
Do you not have a fear of public speaking? I have good news regarding how the event is going to be laid out, what rooms things are going to be in. We figured it out. If anybody wants to see a map, I'll blow it up real quick and sort of zoom around it. I'll point out some interesting changes for this year. Okay. So this year, some interesting things that are going on. Second stage is going to be where it has been for the last couple of years, up in the Marriott. But next to second stage, we are going to be doing the art show. So that will be moving out of the convention center and into the Marriott. Where gaming was in the Marriott will be moving to the Hilton, and it will instead be replaced with panels. The upstairs of the Marriott is the same. And let's see here. Downstairs in the convention center, we'll start there. The dealer's space has been changed somewhat. Where the art show was is now more of the dealer's room, and where part of the dealer's room was on the other side of the area that was all air walled off, we're actually dropping a roof from there, and that's where we will be playing the carnival games. So there will be more zoo space or free function space or whatever you want to call it, meet up, hangout space next to dealers with some fun games there. It'll be a more interesting spot. Registration will be in the same spot. Ops will be in the same spot. Upstairs will be laid out basically the same. The convention center, photo shoot, rehearsal space, first lounge, food vendors, and main stage will be up there. Food vendors, we're still actually working things out. We might move one downstairs. The Hilton upstairs. The Hilton is where we are today, actually. things are pretty similar, but the one big difference there is that Creators Lounge is moving out of the Plaza room. We had a Creators Lounge last year, and instead we will be doing an escape room there. The Fuzzy Logic Escape Room, Fuzzy Logic Escape Room, will be in that room there, as we finalize nailing everything out there. Creators Lounge itself will be merged with the zoo space, which makes sense because that's where everybody congregates and hangs out anyhow. And then the more interesting thing here is the downstairs of the Hilton, the market room, which is next to the Affinity Bar, is planned to be gaming. It'll be a little bit nicer of a space, I think, and it'll sort of put a lot of various gaming things all in one side of the venue. And the Winchester room is here. This is one of our things. So yeah, space is figured out. Space, the final frontier.
Right.
The next major bullet point I wanted to bring up here is something that I have called the Master Go No-Go list. I created this based off of all of the HR data that we had from a couple of days ago. I can update it with whatever the current HR data is for the script. It has a hierarchy of every department and everybody that works in every department. And the names are all based off of whatever you said you wanted your name to be listed as in the con book, based on your staff application. If you want that to be changed, this is a fantastic time to see a preview. This is only going out to the staff and the execs, and I guess the board can do too. And this is basically just a big to-do list of everything in every department. And if there's things that are missing from it, we can add them. But the idea is we can mark things as go if they're good to go, no go if they're blocked or we can't do them. Go with a little star next to it, which is we're pretty sure that it's gonna be a go, like it's in progress. Or a question mark, which is what a lot of things are, which means it's not set. So I will show you what that big old spreadsheet looks like, and any of the leads for any of the departments that are here or online or anywhere else, please take a look through it. This list is very long. It has over 300 items in it. And just start marking things go or no go. For a lot of departments, I hope that this will help give you an idea of what things there are to do. I'll kind of give a really quick rundown of how things are separated out and what I mean by hierarchy. We'll start with exec. Business reports to exec, so that's like one level in. And you can see the leads and the staff there, and here are a bunch of items. And if you wanted to mark something go or no go or whatever, that's how you do it there. And you could write notes in this column. This file is in the general access Google Drive, so anybody who's on staff should be able to see this and edit it. This also has openings, at least as however they're listed in the HR system. So some of this may be slightly inaccurate, but this is what the HR system says we're still looking for. Business is under exec. Art show is under business. Constore is also under business. Business room, you get the idea. Registration. Hotel is under exec, but then player reports to hotel, at least in the way that our HR system lists it. Human resources, IT. These are a lot of the different exec positions that we hear people saying as they go around the room. Marketing is a pretty big department. You see a lot of their stuff is go, which is good because we have a lot of marketing things. Under marketing, there's a design team who work on the con book and the pocket program, and the theming team who are back there who work in Carnival. There's a bunch of things here that I'm sure that you guys can help us check off. Operations is a bunch of sub-departments as well, like the radio, con ops, gopher, hospitality, info desk, logistics. Programming has a lot of sub-departments so many so that I split them into separate categories here, like events, with all the events under it, panel tracks, with every single track that we've got under there, all of the different types of rooms and lounges that we have, like gaming and photo shoot, things like that. Technical production, which is our AV crew, and then finally, board, which is separate from the exec hierarchy here, because the exec technically reports to them, but we're also sort of separate organizations. It's a little complicated, but I wanted to capture that here too. Anywho, there's a big list. If there's things that are missing from it, please add them. If there's things that still aren't going to get done, but we hope that they will get done, add them anyway, and then we can make sure that we see that they're going to get done, or not.
Sometimes it's the inverse. We know this isn't going to be done.
And that's okay sometimes. Like, So, yeah, I wanted to make sure everybody saw that and has access to it. This is a little bit early to do a go, no go list. Usually it's a lot less in-depth than this. But I wanted to put it together this year because I wanted to make sure things are going smooth. And, I mean, it is December, it is, what do they say, 33 days out from the event. So yeah, please give that a look through. Barring any other announcements, we are free to break out for 20 minutes. Does anyone have any pre-breakout announcements that you'd like to deliver? Start with this and look at you all.
Where is it gonna be?
We'll be up here in the corner.
That's operations, will be in the corner?
Yep.
That's you in the corner.
Program.
That's me in somewhere. That's me in I guess programming in front corner
Near the projector,
near me.
Business against this wall.
against that wall.
Yeah.
Davey's over here. Putting business against the wall, up against the wall.
I know, right?
So stand against.
Okay.
Think about what
I'm
you
going to say what we're gonna come back at. Let's say
Sure,
150 aside. And,
You okay to continue streaming with the timer?
yeah, what do you do? Countdown there?
Yeah, just type in 20-minute timer and it'll work.
No, we didn't talk about the prize.
Yeah, let's go through it.
There's a screen.
We don't put it full screen.
Row pitch.
Timer.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back from the breakout.
Hi.
I hope it was a productive breakout for all.
Yeah.
I hope it was a semi-productive breakout for all.
Yeah.
Usually, now that we're done with breakout, we go through departments. And that's what we're doing. So let's start with hotel. What do you have for top hotel?
We still have rooms left. If you know anyone, the staff rooms are gone. I can help to some extent, but I can't the way I could before. But we do have some that are available through Passkey, so go to the website. You can see them if you know people that are still looking. There are even doubles available, I think, still in the Hilton. They might have gone since yesterday. There is someone with a junior suite at the Marriott who doesn't want it. If anyone is interested and doesn't already have a hotel room that they paid a deposit for, please let me know at hotel@furtherconfusion.org. We are also looking for 2 more rooms of volunteers to be on the 4th floor, which is the party floor. I think we have a king and a double. They would be awesome if you are interested in being up there in the action, or you will not sleep.
You don't have to do elevator conference.
Correct. You can take the stairs. It's one of the perks. You will not have to go far.
Stu, you already have me on there?
Yeah. Oh, on the party floor? No, we should. If anyone has any questions about other hotel-based stuff for their rooms, please email hotel@furtherconfusion.org. I will help you to the best of my ability. I still have some powers, just not the God powers I had before.
I hope everybody understands able to hear that. Basically, yes, we still have rooms available, staff rooms are gone, and hotel actors try to help you if they get you. Business.
So dealer layout.
This is the case of someone wearing more than one hat.
This is the alphabetical problem. Dealer's layout is going to be announced this week. I'm finishing that now. Most of the dealer stuff, as usual, is pretty much taken care of. We had a few drops unexpectedly. We have been able to fill those. We always get them right about December when people realize that the con is right around the corner. We'll be collecting permits and assistant information shortly. And we will have an announcement about hopefully larger tables for the dealers very soon. We're just waiting for the fire marshal to approve those. The artist alley will absolutely, positively have day of space availability. So if you know anyone that is thinking about it but isn't sure if they want to maybe come and do artist alley for a day, let them know. We will have a dedicated staff member that's there every morning for people that are checking in for artist alley and are interested in the lottery for any open spots. They just need to have a seller's permit, which we will shortly also be posting a quick and easy guide to how to get a seller's permit. The system just changed, thank you, California, and it's actually easier and faster now. You can also walk down the street if you're really in a hurry. I think that's it.
I did see one question come in regarding seller's permits if you live in another country.
Yes. My suggestions thus far have been pretty much to call or email whatever new department that is that I'm blanking on at the moment. They're usually very responsive. Worst case is you can come before the con, like literally even on Thursday or Friday morning if you need to, and walk down and get a seller's permit. They're pretty quick and easy to do that, but I would recommend just emailing.
Board of Equalization? Is that?
It's not a change.
No change, okay.
Yeah.
It's not the deal.
So I'm actually working on a walkthrough, like literally right now on my computer, of how to sign up for that, and I will see if I can dig up some more information about international. We definitely have a lot of international people. It can be done if they're having trouble. Dealers at furtherconfusion.org or hotels at. I'll answer it too.
I'm just looking on the webpage.
Sure.
General announcement for everybody. If your staff and you got hired on and you did not finish registration with the staff code that comps your standard membership, please do so as soon as you can, because after the 31st, there's going to be like some things in which we'll have to print them later, at least with the batch. So it helps us out. Yes.
What's the stop code?
So when you got hired on, you should have gotten an email confirming that, hey, you've been hired. And then there's a promo code at the bottom of that email that says, use this promo code to get $60 off of your membership. So just make sure to, actually register. Yeah, that would be great.
You should already have it if you
Yes.
got the hired.
Yeah, and if you have not gotten that email, HR at Further Confusion, we should be able to get that sorted out.
If there's an ability to resend.
Yeah, but they have been delayed almost everything, so. Okay, as for the number of registrants so far this year, we're at 1,092 pre-reg, 29 of them are super sponsor, 165 are sponsor, and 897 regular attendees.
We're trending up from last year, yay!
Roughly 8% higher, and we're actually a little bit longer out from the con than we were last year at the same date, so it's looking pretty good. Moving on to Art Show. Art Show is near selling out. We are 93 out of 100 panels sold of the general art panels, 12 out of 15 of the general tables. I was talking to Riley. It looks like we might have some extra general panels. I think it's possibly 25 extra, but we're going over the map right now to make sure that numbers line up exactly. And adult panels, 25 out of 30 sold, and all 5 out of 5 adult tables have been taken.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Check out the art show. Don't forget to go this year. I mean,
If you know anyone who wants an art panel, they better do it right now. Otherwise, there's a chance that they'll have to wait for a spot to open up at Con or something like that. So.
I want to mention something really quick about the art show, because this is something that I've made a big old goof on a lot of years, is that it actually is closed on Sunday. So do visit the art show if you want to before Sunday. Because Sunday is pickup day.
Really quick, putting my hotel hat on again. Book your rooms by the 20th. That is really soon if you don't have them yet the 20th. Yeah.
The later you wait, the more grumpy she gets.
Not grumpy, just frantic. I can only help you so much.
Brent, do you want to share?
Yeah, charity auction donation form is live. Thank you, Latte. I don't know if I've heard anyone actually submitting anything yet. Yeah, so I'm gonna work with Tracy to get some blasts on Twitter on that. So, but if anyone knows anyone who's looking to donate to the charity auction, on the website there is a submission form for that. Spread the word.
Can you go into a little bit more depth with the auction, just for the stream?
Yeah, absolutely. The charity auction happens every year before FCU, and people donate some really amazing stuff. We had a partial fursuit last year. We had, a beautiful, like 6-foot-long painting the year before. And it's a chance for people to come and bid on these items, or there's some rare stuff, games and things like that. And we raise quite a bit. I mean, I think the last couple of years, it's anywhere from $3,000 to $9,000 raised just from the charity auction. But we're also this year going to consider doing a fund to need auction, which is during the charity auction, bringing up things like, hey, it costs X amount of dollars to feed a fox for a week. How many people want to feed a fox for a week? And every hand goes up. That person has donated that amount of money. So we're just trying to, I think with the charity auction, it's just trying to get the excitement up, because it is a lot of fun. I mean, tears are shed. The charity is there, and 100% of the proceeds go to the charity. So it's just a really fun, really like feel good kind of event. So if you want to be a part of it, email charity@. And if you can help any way, because we need things like bucket brigade. We have fursuiters go out in the crowd during the auction in FCU. We've had people volunteer to be the auctioneers. I don't know if we have that set for this year. We've heard back from, okay. So if you're interested for that, I know we've had some really good ones with Trevor and name escaping me now, PonyCon guy. He was great.
Dustin Cat.
Thank you, Dustin Cat. Dustin Cat was a lot of fun.
Guy.
So yeah. Yeah, so please, if you know anyone or want to make a donation, reach out and we would really appreciate it.
Insert Fox joke here.
And other than that, Charity, I'm going to be sending out an email soon to get all the logistics and everything, but Tracy works with them so that, you know, we've got a really good working relationship with them, and they are super excited. Direct line of contact, yeah. So Tracy is just like slowly rallying them up, and they're counting down the days, and that's pretty adorable. So everything is working, functioning.
The charity, for if anybody hasn't heard already, is the Wildlife Center of Silicon Valley. They're a really great organization. They're also a 501c3, obviously, because that's how we partner with charities. And they're really awesome. They help. They're basically a wildlife hospital. They help animals that get brought into them and rehabilitate them when they get injured due to whatever reason, usually human intervention sometimes.
When the latest CEO of some big tech company throws a raccoon down the stairs, the raccoon goes down.
Wait, what? Again?
It's a little dated, but.
Robbie is not here at the very moment, so we're going to skip over programming and wait for Robbie to come back. So we are going to move to marketing. Here's Tracy on the phone, and if not, I will look at marketing. I don't think Tracy's on the call. Tracy's working on exams. It's December. And so I will briefly talk about this. Marketing. Comic submissions are still open. If you want to put artwork or like a poem or some sort of prose, text, whatever you want, send them over to Conbook at. We're going to close for those pretty soon, in December, which is now-ish. But we're still working on the Conbook, so there's still time to get your submissions in. For anybody who works on the Conbook who may be on the call or is in the group, we're going to have a sync up to make sure that we're meeting all of our deadlines and to divvy up whatever work we need to do. Theming, who is in the back of the room, getting all of the details worked out, and they need to sync up with business regarding getting the tickets and layout worked out. Does anyone from Theming Week want to talk anything more about theming while we're on the topic of theming? How many more times can I say theming?
Carnival construction has started.
Construction has started.
General theming has started, well, on track. We're working out the ticketing system and the prize system and winning system. And then we're gonna do another call out for parties and work out like scheduling. Drop in, whoever wants to help. We'll do a call for that.
Cool.
What I can go for is at disposal for not having a choice of being a currently if needed.
Excellent. One of the things that brought up was making sure that if you're interested in helping out as a carny, to contact them. Yes. If you're interested in helping out with the carnival games, we'll say it that way, then to contact them. It sounds like their construction is underway of the games, and that they're working on their ticketing system and prizes that they're going to be handing out. Because hey, it would be carnival games if they work carnival prizes, right? So super excited. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it'll be a nice sort of change for having more representation for the theme at the con. So.
Not the candy machine.
Now that Rodney's back.
Wonderful, get some cheesy, the cheesy plush, but in costume form.
Look at bad carnival plush.
Yeah.
Would you be keen on delivering programming notes or shy if you're on the call, or both of you?
Okay, I'll go. Near shy. So as far as panels go, we're starting to build the schedule. It's slowly coming together. It's definitely not set in stone. Neither are the panels, because we're still getting, any last minute panels, cancellations, whatever, stuff like that. The numbers that I have right now is we have 113 panels in total. I could have miscounted that. That might change, and that excludes all of the main con events like dance comp and stuff like that.
And like the hours and things
Yes.
like that. They're tracking the same way, but they're not actually.
So
panels.
we more or less have around a little bit over 100 panels, which is pretty healthy. And I think we do still have like a little bit of time, like a day or two to submit new ones.
I mean,
I
last
believe.
minute ones can't come in
I guess we can slot them in wherever.
when, if they fit, yeah. Are you looking for any specific last second submissions from anyone? Or in any topic, I'd say?
I feel like there's a, well,
How's like art track, I think was mentioned at one point, or?
I think I made notes of that somewhere.
Okay.
Art track, the art track could use some other stuff. I think Dax looked over that and made some notes there. We're missing from art track like a sculpting panel, things like we used to have like iron artists, and we don't have that currently.
Basically, how to produce 2D art is something that we would love to have more on, whether that's painting or anatomy or things like that. We've got some really, the 3D printing ones and things are really interesting, but that's certainly a place where if you know an artist who's interested in presenting what they know, they don't have to be an expert if they can just lead the discussion, then that would be a really fantastic addition to our schedule.
And if anybody's interested in doing any sorts of like how to draw or how to paint or anything like that with real media, we do have a camera equipment where we can project something that's being worked on a table up on a screen. So if anyone knows any artists in the room that want to present on something along those lines, have at us, please.
Have you thought about reaching out to some, it's the flip of getting the fan base to do it, but talk to some local instructors? Get some more traditional stuff in. There might be a way to pad it out.
We have some, we just go like we have the numbers are okay, but those specific topics are could use some more. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay, anything else from?
Performance track could use a little bit more. Not a big deal if we don't get it, but stuff like, like voice acting panels, anything related to improv.
Dusty Cat for voice acting. Dusty Cat's been trying to get into voice acting. If you want a voice acting panel, then we'll talk to him. He might be interested in doing something like that. I don't know if he'd be interested in it or not, but he's got some experience at least.
Yeah, might as well solicit voice acting. How are the events?
He's gonna make some headway lately.
Actually, one more thing on there. Also, some of the costuming track stuff. I looked at some of the stuff last year. We're missing things like duct tape dummy, demonstration, how to make duct tape dummy, a couple other things along those lines. So if you have any other costuming related panels, those would be good too. And then main events, I've talked to our leads there, and as far as I know, everything's coming along nicely. And the dance comp and FCU submissions are open. So if you check the website under programming, or was it events or programming? Programming. The website, I think. Well, check under that tab, and there should be FCU and dance comp, and you can find all the information and submission links there. It's always changing from events to programming.
FCU is for FCU, that's easy.
Oh, well.
FCU. What else? And dance comp is, this is dance comp, but hold on. Get there. Oh, it's FCDC. Because for shoot dance comp, I guess.
Oh, further confusion, dance competition. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What else we have? For the Olympics.
See you?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I assume everything. I need to check in with them.
For the Olympics, I did get something from Zoran, but it was a little bit too much to read. But he's got a very good grip on it, on everything that needs to be done, including prototype for the lanyard that says Crit Olympics 2019 FC on it. I mean, I can share it with you after the meeting's over with. It's all on my iPhone.
Yeah, forward that information up to programming, so that we all have visibility on that.
It's on Telegram, I'll try to do that.
Thank you. The first parade, returning.
First parade is returning. Looks like I'm running it this year, so I'm kind of excited for this.
Congratulations.
And yeah, the route probably is not going to change very much, but definitely returning, and yeah, it'll be awesome.
Yes.
Zoran confirms on YouTube that yes, we've got things rolling for Paralympics.
Lou.
On YouTube.
Yeah, we're shooting the game.
Oh.
Thank you for checking that. Here's a big one that sort of falls under programming events, but sort of falls under some other departments too. Fancy Friday. Fancy Friday will be returning this year. And it will be on Friday night.
And keep an eye. I think we're gonna be a jet. I'm gonna slide it on Saturday now, just because.
Something that we're proud to announce for Fancy Friday this year is that we're actually going to be moving it to the second stage, which is bigger than the room that we had it in last year. So it should be bigger, better, and more fun. We'll have the signups for that. So the way that we do that is we sell tickets to it that are in addition to your the regular registration. The ticket, what do you call it? The ticket cost goes to charity. So you get to have desserts and have some alcohol for charity. I mean, and be fancy. Being fancy is very important at Fancy Friday. But yeah, more details on that will be posted shortly. And the sponsor bunch. We're working on figuring out how that will slide, but it will be slotted in.
You're giving out blue ribbons to good for fancy people.
Ribbons are expensive.
We're working on ribbons for others.
Prom king and queen.
Give them a zip tie.
Here, you won our peace bonding.
You want to mention anything about the game? Like,
It's moved.
Escape room. If you guys have heard of it, Fuzzy Logic Escape Room is coming to FC. We have a room set up for them, and if you guys haven't done an escape room before, basically you get a group together and you get trapped in a room. Not trapped literally, but part of the game. And you have to find clues to basically solve the puzzle of the room.
Wait, I thought this was staff. Pardon me.
Yeah,
Continue.
that is coming to FC. If you've done Fuzzy Logic at other cons, they are awesome and usually furry themed escape rooms, so it should be a lot of fun. If you're interested, keep an eye out for that. They will be doing signups at some point that we'll announce. And I think you have the option of getting your own group together or just joining a random group if you do not want to or have a group of set group of people.
Was it scheduled similar to like how Artemis is done, where there are groups of people playing at certain times and they're scheduling them?
Yes.
they're gonna have like a sort of a sign-up sheet, to my understanding.
I think he like sits at a little table outside.
And been doing the comments to do that, so I'm sort of going off the stories.
I'm going off of one other post that I saw. So
I feel like grandpa, but.
Oh. The meetup system that we usually do, that's sort of a side to the regular panel system. So if you want to host a meetup in the sort of general convention space, that system should be going up soon as well. We'll be posting details about that. We've done that in the past. One of the nice things that that lets you do is if you are like wanting to run a themed photo shoot at our actual official con photo shoot room, you can reserve a time and a time slot that way. So that's, and then it will be up on the site for everyone to look at, so that's kind of nice. Let's see if I'm missing anything else here. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess the live animal event they've confirmed is coming back, so that's exciting. Instead of it being on Saturday, the live animal event should be on Sunday this year, so that's something else to take note of if you're interested in that. And I think that more or less does it for programming, unless I'm missing something.
I do not believe so. Sunday.
Schedule's in progress. Look forward to it getting finalized and posted.
Live animal show is on Sunday in the morning. So that's confirmed.
Okay, did marketing operations, we're seeing two in this direction.
Hi.
Would you like to give your updates?
Yes, that is the right.
So I have a few things for InfoDesk and ConOps staff. We've hired an InfoDesk lead, so InfoDesk has a lead. Hooray!
Hooray.
Scheduling will go out for both InfoDesk and ConOps once the schedule is posted. Schedule is posted. And training will begin next week and go to January for ConOps staff who aren't familiar. Basically, it's just a little webinar where we explain how the systems for ConOps works at Boston Found. Panels, check in, check out, that kind of stuff. So let's get the training for that. Emails will start going out for that next week. And then once the schedule is posted, we're going to start sending out emails for you to give us your preferences for scheduling for that. I have been asked by Staff Feed to let you know that Staff Feed exists. It is the Presidential Suite in the Hilton and is open during the hours.
Would you like me to go on with that?
I
can continue that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, on Fix It Wrenches, is the mic over there?
Yeah.
Hello.
So, everyone, please let everyone else know, because we seem to get people on Sunday that they didn't know we exist. Staff Feed exists. We will feed you. We will feed you good food. We will be open from 7 to midnight every day. We will have hot coffee throughout the day, hot, fresh coffee throughout the day. We're trying out new things like liquid creamer, not powder creamer.
Oh, my Oh, sorry, we're gonna have to cut your mic off.
Menu as follows: chili dogs on Thursday, as we set up.
Come on, we don't need the full menu.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
That'd be easier.
Yeah, just in the middle.
And then Friday, Saturday we'll have food and soups. Saturday it's going to be baked potato bar, and the famous chili mac is on Sunday.
When you say 7, you mean 7.
What? But if you do have a food allergy, we will try to accommodate as best we can, but we do have to stay within a realm of reality that is purview to the entire convention. So if you're
Perfect to the entire staff.
we're not accommodating to the rest of the convention. So if you have like a nut or gluten or X insert allergy here,
if you're allergic to sugar, we can't help you. If you're allergic to some other things, we
in theories.
All right, just as a note from exec real quick, Staff Feed, if someone asks you, does not exist.
Oh, yeah.
if someone outside
This
the
is Staff Feed. Staff Feed is something that we provide to staff for you guys to make sure that you can eat and that you eat meals and have food in you. That said, it is in the Presidential Suite in the Hilton. This hotel going up to the top floor and then going to the Presidential Suite. It is for staff. You will be badge checked when you walk in. Please don't abuse the privilege. And for everything else.
Staff and gophers, by the way.
Gophers are staff as well.
So there's a reason behind not talking about it. This hotel is looking the other way, but this hotel is the people we're talking to here, not necessarily corporate or the convention center or, right. So there are things that we look the other way on and they look the other way on that are mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
Let's not rub it in their faces.
I will make sure my gophers eat because I know too many people like, oh, my son, no, eat.
Yeah.
Please eat. Don't abuse privilege.
Yeah.
Don't get us in trouble.
Yeah.
Don't brag.
Don't brag.
Chili Dog Thursday.
So everything else from logistics or from the logistics staff, I wanted to mention carts and ConOps, and also carts everywhere else. We have whenever people come and get their carts, Please make sure that you pack and return those carts to their staging points as you receive them or better. Last year, we had a really big issue with packing up and putting it back in the storage units, and we want to make sure we rectify that this year by letting everybody know. When you return it to your staging point in the hotels or in the convention center, please make sure that they are packed in the same way or better than you received your carts. The points of staging are this year Marriott second stage, Conoff's in the convention center, and the presidential suite in the Hilton, which is the same place as staff. All right.
You should not need to take anything across the boundaries between those.
Yeah, please. It's right.
I'm looking at it on the screen.
Right in front of me.
Gophers, you guys walked in the loop. Do you have anything, any announcements?
We have 17 Gophers who have signed up so far. It was 18, but one of them had to drop, so I'll have to talk to somebody about moving them from the staff room later. We are working on hopefully not letting people work more than 6 hours at a time, because I know people like to run themselves ragged. And Marshall knows from my experience being Gopher, I don't like it when the other Gophers push themselves too hard.
Would you mind just quickly explaining what Gophers are for the first time staffers?
For those who don't know, Gophers are the volunteers that would go for there if somebody needs to. If anybody needs to go for at any time, they can contact JJ or I, and I'll make sure, we'll make sure that we have somebody out. Will is kind of unofficially our third.
I've been a Gopher before, and we are definitely the ears that make sure the pond runs.
The reason we have an unofficial third is we have 2 children and 2 leads, so we kind of need to balance that out. And of course, if there are any problems with Gophers not doing their jobs, I need to know immediately, because I kind of have a problem with people ditching and not telling me.
So if you have a need, or you need someone to do something real quick, if you need to like go to the bathroom, or you need some kind of like quick spot change, you can stop by operations in the convention center, and visit the Gopher table, which is in there, and someone from Gophers will be able to help you, or send someone else to help. I believe that's everything for operations.
Well, we're still also working on our time sheets and sign-up sheets for
We've had life get away, and I haven't been able to make the new sign-in sheets or anything yet.
All right, we can talk about that offline.
There is the continued call for logistics people. The more people logistics has, the less we have to offload on each individual department to move individually. So.
Right, yeah, so if you have someone that's interested in working logistics is mostly a before and after con affair. You get to enjoy the convention while giving time to the commission to help out. So if you have any interest in doing that at all, go to furcon.org/volunteer and choose operations logistics staff.
We will do best effort, but we have to if we have to trim someplace, it's going to be on the amount of services we can provide if we can't get staff.
I believe that's it for operations.
Let's see. So we've got AB.
That's not alphabetical.
No, it's not. I put it alphabetical for the exec meeting, and I forgot to do it here. Whoops. Those are the copy pasted order, if you will. AV, technical production. There's a lot of notes in here that are probably not super relevant for all of the staff, but I really let you all know that we have a very exciting lighting sort of design coming towards our main stage this year. To sort of stay on theme, we are returning the circular lighting rig that we had a few years ago.
With Stargate.
The Stargate, except we're modifying it to make it look like a Ferris wheel. So that's going to be really exciting. It's going to have lights that light up such that it'll look sort of like Ferris wheel carousel stuff moving around. They're also looking into getting sort of bistro lights, and there's a little picture in there in the notes to show what that looks like. To make it look a little bit more sort of like circus tent-ish or carnival tent-ish, however you want to call it. But I'm really excited to see what happens with this lighting design. Look forward to it. We're working on some of the union coordination there, the main stage and second stage, and how the unions get coordinated is a complicated and tricky business, and AV and hotel are working together on those things. If you know about any union needs for your departments, talk to your exec leads, and we'll see what we can do about how we get that set up. But I guess for any, this is sort of relevant for the room. The San Jose Convention Center is in fact a union shop, which has its own restrictions on certain things. Not sure about what that means or if that applies to you. Talk to probably, oh man, who would you talk to? Hotel, yeah.
Your therapist.
IT, do you have anything besides an empty bullet point for the minutes?
I don't think we really have anything for general meeting. Everything's going along pretty nicely at the moment.
Computers. Internet technology. We will have some.
It's worldwide. We have internet, we have technology.
Should we include IT on the software competition? For the door signs?
Yeah, it's more of a hotel thing.
Okay. Nothing. Ignore.
HR. Someone from HR on the call? You all want to chime in, or should I report for you? Here, good nightmares. If you want to be unmuted and talk about HR, you can, otherwise I will. I will say it then. Okay, HR, this is a great time to make sure you're hired. Check the staff list. There's a staff list in the drive that you can see. I also transcribed sort of semi-automatically. This is very slightly out of date because it's a few days old. The information from the staff list into the go list.
How do they get access to the staff list in the staff folder if they're not on staff?
You can't see the staff folder, you're not signed up.
Good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. If you are not hired, then you will not have an email in your email that says that you are hired. Yes. And when you go to look to make sure that you've actually registered as a hired staff person, you won't be able to find that email very easily.
See,
I agree. As we mentioned elsewhere, or earlier in the meeting, or we are here, we have meetings left to do. We have one left here in person in the area. Oh, sorry, in Milton. Gosh, and that's January 12th, which should be a week before the actual convention starts. We'll see you there, and then we have cool. We have notes here. We have 2 at convention staff meetings. Go to one of them. It's going to be the same content at both of them, so we're giving you an option to go to one or the other. But please, please, please go to one of them. It's basically mandatory, but we know that everybody has certain circumstances. But it's basically mandatory. Go to one of those. Okay. Other notes, or did I miss any departments? Anybody want to chime up as a department that I've missed, or does anyone here have more announcements from the room that I should bring up or that you want to bring?
Is a Bronxy here?
Is who what?
Zach Cass?
Oh, let's go first back.
Okay, thank you.
What? What about us?
I want to speak to you.
Okay. Now you're.
I've got a random question for the group just to get a poll. How many people here who have been on staff long enough to have actually looked at the folder? Raise your hand.
There's a folder.
Folder? If you don't know what I'm talking about, keep your hand down. Okay, thank you.
I've heard the myth, that's about it.
Yeah. The folder. There's a shared folder in Google Docs that you should have access to.
Oh, then yes, I have taken.
And it has a lot of important details about how things are running. You know, sometimes it's contracts, sometimes it's forms, sometimes it's meeting notes, things like that.
So the Proton folder is split up into compartments. It looks like this. If you haven't seen it, you should be able to search in your shared with me for further Confusion 2019. should pop up. I would very much recommend clicking the button that says add to my drive, so it'll pop up in the sidebar here. And then you'll see all of the things like the go list and all of our previous meeting notes and stuff that's relevant to the departments that you might be part of.
If you haven't raised your hand and you are on staff, please make a point to go to this drive and review the go list, specifically your section in it.
The go list is also linked to in the meeting notes for this month. If you're having trouble finding the drive folder, but you can find the meeting notes because that was easier than somebody was phone that I was helping out with. You can get to that. Definitely review this list. Because it's, I mean, this is from a chair level. This is everything that I could think of off the top of my head that are things that departments do at this convention. So some of it might not necessarily be 100% correct, but I think most of it is. I mean, I'm going to need it. Definitely go through it, mark things go or no go or go star. And if you have stuff to add it.
If you don't think you're appropriate to add, you're probably wrong, but forward up to whoever your manager is. What you want to add?
The point of this is not to like, this is for visibility to make sure that we know that things are getting done.
Right.
So that's the main thing that you want to make sure. Okay, yeah, now just closing notes here, I guess. As we've mentioned already several times during this meeting, the next meeting is January 12th. It is here. Applications to bid for chair and for exec 2020. Those applications technically closed today. If you are interested and you haven't done so yet, just email staff@anthrarts.org and they should be able to help you out. If you want to see a version of the bid that I wrote, there's a link to it right here in the notes. Basically, you have sections that are like, what do you want to do with the, I can go into a little bit. I can just show it really quick and run down the headings because I don't actually remember. It's been a while. Putting myself on the spot here. Yeah, this is a little bit more in depth than a lot of the bids that I've personally been linked to in the past, but the idea is you want to list who's going to be on your staff as execs and any other interesting things or plans you have for your year that you would like to do, like focus points. Feelings on the fandom section, I believe, is required, and an introduction, just introducing yourself to the board. Also, a section that you would want to have. So if anyone's interested in seeing what I submitted, it's here. And please let folks know on the board if you are interested in helping run next year's event. I guess that's it for me, unless the board has anything else to chime in on that. No? Okay. Yeah, so have a great holiday. It is December, and I know it's the holiday season for many people. Hanukkah, I believe, passed already, but you know, Christmas holiday is coming up, and other folks have other holidays. I'm not sure what they all are, because I'm not great at that. But yeah, have a great holiday season, have a great new year, and we'll see you in January.
And there was much rejoicing.
If anybody needs more time to talk to your department needs or anything, we're going to rest for a little while. But we will pick you up after a certain amount of time to the board and have it.
See you again.
About 10 minute delay till we
We need to do the exec, first if you want to talk to the execs after the meeting.
Yeah, that's
do that.
That is not necessarily a requirement. I just have to